Hello YouTube, it's Rebecca. If you guys don't know me, go watch my other videos that I have on this channel. I basically put like lifestyle, beauty. I'm going to start doing, different things on this channel. If you guys have any ideas of what I should do, let me know, because I just started. I'm a small YouTuber, so I really don't know what you guys want, but I will give you guys what you want. Okay, so let's just stop talking. Anyways, this video is going to be a continuation of the first video I posted about how I met my ex. Will this video be, I believe this video is going to be titled Why I Left My Ex, because come on now. Before you understand this, you might want to watch that, because I'm going to literally start where that video ends. So basically, when I met him and he asked me those questions, and I went back to Pennsylvania, I went back to Pennsylvania. We were talking on Instagram, because I gave him my Instagram. And after a couple of days, I was like, wow, like this guy is so sweet. He would call me like many times, like not call me, but audio call me on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, the guy's so sweet. And he would write me poems, and he would say like the cutest things, and he would like speak French to me, because his family is French or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. Like I was eating it up like okay. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him my phone number. He seems sweet, like I'm feeling him. Okay, so I gave him my phone number. We started FaceTiming, like we would FaceTime so many times a day, like 5 times a day. He kept on with the poems, kept on with the songs that he would make, or he said he would make for me. At this point, I don't know if I believe it, but at that point, I was eating it up. Like I was interested in getting to know someone and being in a relationship. Like that was basically my life goal at that point. Like I was just not. If there was any red flags, I wasn't seeing it now. I wasn't seeing it then. Anyways. So he was like, oh well, like he was telling me, oh, I want to come see you, like I really want to see you and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, don't mind the light going in and out. I don't know why it's trying to play with me today, but this video is gonna come out. Okay, so he was like, oh, I want to come see you. And I was like, well, okay, like you can come see me. And mind you, I was having some other things going on that I could make another story time on, that kind of made it weird, but I'm gonna kind of take that section out of it and then make another video on that part so it doesn't get confusing. So he was like, oh, okay, can I come see you? I was like, sure. Mind you, he's in Atlanta. So he took a flight, came to Pennsylvania, met me, and mind you, it was just supposed to be me, like him come to see me or whatever, because he was telling me, well, if I come see you, will you come back to Atlanta with me? Like he was trying to convince me to move in with him before he got to Pennsylvania. And I was like, like I didn't really like my living situation at that point. So at this point, I was kind of like no, but then I was still kind of thinking about it, because I didn't like my living situation. So I was like, but I wasn't like planning to actually go back with him to Atlanta and live with him. He told me that he had his own place, and he basically sounded perfect. He made himself sound perfect, and I didn't think too much about it. I didn't think he would be lying about something like that, because it really wasn't that big of a deal. So at this point, I didn't know all the things that was about to come. So he came, and then he convinced me to come with him, and told me that I would be better off in Atlanta and stuff like that. So I believed him. Like I believe the next day when he was with me, he booked me a flight to come to Atlanta with him, like a one-way ticket. Like he was not planning for me to come back, if that makes any sense. So I just packed some of my stuff. Obviously I couldn't pack all my stuff with me, like I couldn't just move the next day with all my stuff. So I left some of my stuff. There's gonna be a story time about that side of the story, but I'm just gonna keep moving forward with my ex, and that's it. So I packed some of my stuff. I left with him. Don't ask me why, because at this point, girl, I was not thinking. So I left with him with the little stuff that I could take with me, And while we were in the airport waiting, I saw that his phone like lit up, right? And then it was a girl's name, and I didn't know exactly what it said, but I saw it, and he tried to hide it. But I didn't say anything at this point. Like, I'm not trying to come off as being, I don't know why the lighting is being off, but let me try to get this to focus. Anyways, so I wasn't trying to be, weird and stuff, so I just kind of just let it go. And at this point, he was like asking for my phone password and stuff like that, so I was like, okay, I'll give you mine, you give me yours. Like, I was not interested in having his, but I was just trying to just go with the flow. So I went in the bathroom and he had my phone. I came back, he was like already checking my Instagram. Like, first of all, there's so many red flags, but right now I'm not really thinking about it, because I'm just like, damn, I already packed my stuff to move with this guy to Atlanta. Mind you, I don't even really know him like that. So I just let it go. I didn't really think too much about it. So I was still feeling a bit off. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do it, maybe I shouldn't. But like, I was like, I'm already at the airport. It's kind of far from where I stay. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go and just see what this holds. So we got to the airport in Atlanta. His brother came to get us. Like, I'm thinking, okay, his brother came to get us, whatever. He drove us to his house, that he said he had a house, or that he had a place. Like, we didn't really talk much about it, if it's a house, So we got there, and this man doesn't even have the key to the house, and this is his family house. Like, everything's starting to click in, like like before he came to Pennsylvania, he told me that he was kind of having issues with his mom, but I didn't think like he was living with his mom, or that he didn't have the key to the house because he was having a fight with his mom, or that he doesn't even have access to the car, which technically is his mom's car, but he made it seem like it's his car. Whatever, I'm not really diving into that situation. I just know he's a pathological liar. So I'm just there waiting 30 minutes for this guy to find a way to get someone to open the door from inside. Mind you, it's super late at night, so no one can really hear, or everyone is sleeping. Like, who's gonna be coming out to open the door for you? I don't really know. I can't remember how he did it, but we ended up going in, and he was like, oh, be quiet. I was like, okay. And then he took me down to the basement, where he was staying, right? So I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like I was so dumbfounded. I don't even know if I knew how to think for it. Like, I was just like, damn. Like, is this man really sticking me into his family's house, and he lives downstairs in the basement? Like, it was just hitting me, but I was just not trying to process it at this point. So I'm like, okay, mind you, the me now would not even have it like gone through, like not even let any of this to happen. But I was like, okay, I already did this. I might also do whatever can come with it. And then, so at this point, obviously, I'm knowing that this guy is like a whole lie. His life is a lie, at least whatever he told me. But I stayed. Why? But so the next couple days go by. He seems stressed, and I'm like, why are you stressing out? He kind of mentioned that his mom doesn't want me there, and stuff like that. And I'm like feeling like, why did you like do all this much to get me here, knowing that you live with your mom, knowing that she was not cool with it? Like, you just brought a stranger into her house that she obviously wasn't cool with. Like, why put me and her in this situation? Like, he was so selfish. And then when I told him stuff like that, he'd be like, oh, I know I'm a bad person, I'm a monster, you deserve better. You could have been told me that before you even came to Atlanta. I wouldn't even be talking to you. You made yourself seem perfect girl. Yeah, you made yourself seem like what you was not, and you just basically like, what are you trying to achieve? Like, you're acting like a kid. Like, he was such a kid. He would never own up to his mistakes. Like, he just knew who he was. He would lie about certain things. He made me lie to his brother that I was pregnant for him, which I wasn't. And that was like one of the most uncomfortable like situation I've ever been, because just lying about something so important is so weird to me, and I don't know why I stooped so low for a guy like that. Like, I don't know why. I was desperate. And never again, do not be desperate to be with a guy. If you see a red flags, just take it away and go somewhere else. There's someone that will show you who they truly are, and you are gonna actually, like, you know, vibe with them. You don't need to settle for a low life at all. Lesson that I learned. But yeah, he made me really sad, depressed. Like, he would leave the house all day, not come back, and would do pranks on me, like he was breaking up with me, just basically very toxic things, and I really was not feeling it. I was crying, and at that time I would call my best friend and she would try to like listen to my problems. We're not best friends now. That's gonna be another story time. I thought we was best friends, but we was not. That's all I have to say. But yeah, so I eventually got out of that situation and moved to Florida with my family. So I'm really glad I got out of that situation, because if I really stooped lower than low, like, I don't know where I'd be. He would try to pressure me, saying, oh, when are you gonna have my kid? When are you gonna have my kid? I'm thinking, did he make up this lie to like pressure me to have a kid with him, or whatever the case may be? But girls, be careful, because men out here are really trying to ruin your life. They're really trying to make you feel low about yourself, and they're really trying to do everything to destroy you. So keep to yourself until you find a guy. Study him really well before you give him your time, your attention, and everything, because they don't care. They'll move on to the next. They'll try to get you back. Even when you go, they try to get you back. Don't let that flatter you. They don't care about you. They're playing with your life. So don't let them play with your life at all, because guys out here, they will tell you everything you need to know. Just like they say the devil knows the Bible. That's how, like, terrible men know how to say the best things to get you sucked into their black hole. So be very careful about that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. That was basically an overview of what that story was, how I ended up just packing my stuff and leaving, because I'm like, you know what, I've stooped low enough for my standards at that point. Never like me now. Please, you know, you learn from your mistakes, and we just try to do better. If you guys really like the story time and you would like to hear more story times about other things that I kind of mentioned but didn't really go in depth, let me know.